everyone, today we're going to talk about the Keen Targhee 3 Low WP. WP stands for waterproof and low means low top. This is a great shoe for anyone looking for a waterproof low top and also a wide hiker. If you're new to the channel, my name's Roxy and I'm part of the Adventure Junkies team. We help people like you choose the right gear to get outdoors. If you want to learn more, go ahead and visit the website at theadventurejunkies.com. Now for what you really came for, the Keen Targhee 3 Low WP. If you are a fan of the Targhee 2, you are in luck because everyone seems to like the Targhee 3 as well. It retails for $165 and comes in sizes 5 to 10. There is not a wide version available for this shoe. Luckily, it is wide enough itself. It comes in 3 different color combinations. They are Bleacher Duck Green, Weiss Boysenberry, and Magnet Atlantic Blue. Here today we have Magnet Atlantic Blue in a US women's size 9. In terms of weight, the Targhee 3 is a little heavier compared to other trail runners. I actually have my scale right here to weigh the size 9, and both of them together weigh in at 1 pound and 14 ounces. So that's the size 9, one shoe, about 15 ounces. I wouldn't say they feel that heavy on your feet, although there is like a thickness to the material that makes them a little warmer. So that sort of factors into how they feel on your feet, but overall not super heavy hikers, heavier than some of the lighter weight fast hikers that we've also reviewed though. This is the waterproof version of the shoe, and in lieu of like a Gore-Tex booty liner, Keen uses their own liner, and it actually works pretty well. I had these out in a few storms, a few rainstorms, and my feet did stay dry. The only thing got wet was my socks and ankles around the low area. Because it is a low top, the rain can come right in these sides, and the area and fabric right inside does get wet there. If I had the mid version, that maybe wouldn't be as much of a problem because it could wrap around your ankle a little more. But otherwise, the Keen waterproof booty works really well. Let's talk a little about materials. The upper is constructed from nubuck leather, so that is most of this area around the top. And then we have a synthetic piece around the back for ankle protection and durability. And then the area around the upper ankle and the tongue are also synthetic materials. The toe box is protected by this piece that sort of is an extension of the sole. The rubber sole comes up and around and hits over, protects over the toe box. And this is a really sort of honking piece of protection right here, and that is going to keep your toes safe, keep you from stubbing anything. So even though they are a low top, they do have that nice protection on the front. This is a pretty standard lacing system. No sort of extra eyelets to lace in a fancy way. They are outer lacing eyelets, so they're sitting on top of the shoe. They're not incorporated into the shoe. The only thing that's a little different about these hikers is the top one is attached to a webbing system which wraps around the ankle all the way around to the other side, and this is supposed to aid in stability of the shoe. The tongue is fully gusseted, and that means it is fully attached at the top, and this really helps with keeping out debris and small rocks or anything like that. Looking at the sole of the shoe, we have 4mm lugs on the bottom here, sort of in an interesting design. Keen also uses their own sole. They don't use like a Vibram sole, so they have their own sole that they put on here. And then moving into the midsole, it is medium cushy, I would say. It provides some support without being super thick. Not much flexibility in this shoe. No torsion, a little bit of toe box flexibility, but other than that, you're not getting any movement near the heel. We've got sort of a chonky piece of rubber down here that's going to keep that heel from having any movement. There is additional support with this Keen insole. Let me pull this out here. So you can see it is a little bit of extra support here and then thinner down by the toes, and it does have some fun little writing on here. It says it's anatomic fit. We're on a journey to lighten our environmental footprint, etc., etc. So it has a little bit of arch support. They are removable, so you can put your own sole in there if you want. or just work with the sole that they come with. So we covered a bit about the construction. Let's talk about fit and performance. Let's first talk about this rubber sole down here. It's made of rubber compound, this outsole, and it is, I would say, medium grip. It did pretty well in Colorado's like dusty, rocky, sort of that small granule rocks. But anything like wet slab or bigger technical terrain, it did fall a little short. So I would not go replacing your approach shoes with these Keen Targhees. But for day hiking and little less technical terrain, these did really well. The Keen Dry Liner, which is the liner that they use instead of a Gore-Tex booty liner, breathes right about as well as you'd expect any waterproof liner to breathe, which is not very well. These are kind of chunky shoes, and they will get your feet sweaty if you are hiking in a hotter environment. If it's dry, lots of dust, your feet are going to feel it. The waterproof liner is going to also keep water in, sweat in. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about the terrain that you're going to use these shoes on. So as we go forward, I'm going to talk about my experience with this shoe, and of course, everyone's going to have a different experience. So just if you agree with me, great. If you've had a different experience, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below. I want to hear how these shoes fit you. This is just how they felt for me. Right out of the box, they weren't that stiff. We talked a little bit about the sole stiffness, but the upper, this nubuck leather, is pretty comfy. They do have a little bit of a break-in period because they are made of leather. So the synthetic portion right around back isn't going to move. If this is something that's bothering you, no amount of break-in is going to help. But the leather portion on the front here is going to move and mold to your foot as you wear it. So I did have to break it in a little bit, but overall they were comfy from the start. Stability wise, I didn't find these shoes to be that stable because they're so wide. Because of the width, when I put my foot in, as much as I tied it, I still had some heel slip. So my heel would still pull up as I was walking. It's just because this area was so wide that my foot would pull up with each step. So I wouldn't call them a super stable shoe. I wouldn't trust my foot on technical terrain in this hiking shoe. In addition to that, I would want maybe some more ankle stability. If I were backpacking or carrying a heavy load, I would want to get the mid version of this shoe. Otherwise, support via arch support. There is a small bit of arch support there, and there is actually some support on the outside of the shoes in there, which was not something that I was used to in a lot of hikers, but there is some support in there as you're hiking. Fit-wise, otherwise I wear a 9. This is size 9. I would recommend a 9. They are wide, so if you do have a wider foot, this could fit really well. Or if you're looking for space in your shoe, like if you're going on extremely long hikes and your foot is going to expand throughout the hike. It is a comfortable shoe. That there is some nice padding around the edge here, which I found really comfortable. Sometimes that padding will dig in and cause issues, but this felt more comfortable. It's just a warm shoe because of this padding. The tongue is padded, around the edges is padded, and there's a waterproof liner, so it's warm. If you are in a hot environment, your foot is going to sweat, and then it's just going to slide around even more in there. So keep that in mind, that this could be a really great shoe for like dry winter hiking, where you know your foot isn't going to overheat. The overall construction and durability seems really great. These seem like solid shoes. They're stitched instead of welded, so that's going to help keep them going for a really long time. I've seen just great durability from Keen shoes as a whole, and I don't think these are any different. They seem really well constructed, and they've stood up to me testing them for a ton of miles. So I would expect these to last for many more miles. Just a quick note before we finish up today, if you are finding this video helpful, please like and share so more people like you can find it. So who is the Keen Targhee 3 Mid WP for? This is a really great all-around hiker. It's great for people day hiking, looking for just a solid shoe that's going to get you on the trail and be comfortable pretty quickly out of the box. It's also going to be really great for anyone hiking in wet terrain. Anyone that needs a waterproof shoe, this is going to be a great one. The liner works really well. It's going to keep your foot dry. The only issue is that wetness could come in through the low area of the shoe, and for that reason I would suggest a mid hiker to really keep it waterproof if that is the function you're looking for in this type of shoe. I would also suggest the mid if you're a backpacker. I would want more stability with my ankle area if I'm carrying a heavy load. These just don't have the stability because of the low. My heel will rise off of, I'll get heel rise as I'm walking, and that is not something you want when you're backpacking. You want your feet securely in those boots. So this is not for backpacking or heavy loads. It's mostly for day hiking, something with a lighter pack, something where you need just a nice, comfortable, all-around, well-constructed shoe. I also wouldn't recommend this shoe for highly technical terrain. Once I said with the fit, with the heel rise, it just doesn't feel super stable on my foot, like it's clinging to my foot. And the rubber outsole just doesn't provide as much grip as you would expect in something like an approach shoe or something where you're gonna have really technical terrain and you wanna really grip to that rock, be it wet rock or not. These shoes are not going to do that. These are great for Colorado dusty trails or maybe some Northeast muddy hikes. These would be a great pick for that type of terrain. If you like this review, please make sure to share it and like it. And if you have the Keen Targhee 3 low WPs and I got something wrong, or you disagree, or you agree with something, please put a comment below. We would love to hear from you. That just helps out anyone watching the video. It helps out us to make better videos. If you are thinking of purchasing the Keen Targhee 3 low WPs, check out the links below. There are links to purchase them from multiple sites. Heads up, they are affiliate links, so we do earn a small commission from those links, but it is at no cost to you. There's the same price, and it just helps us to make great videos and keep going and getting these videos out for you guys. If you like this review, you'll definitely want to check out these reviews as well. All right, that's it. Happy hiking.